Hi. On behalf of the class of 2004, I would like to welcome everyone today. There are some special people in the audience that I'd like to recognize. First, all of the fathers. I'd like to wish a happy Father's Day. Also, the superintendent of our school, Ned Karen, our principal, Stephen Perkins, and all of our board members. I would like to take this time to say thank you to all of our friends, family, and teachers for everything that you have done for us and all the encouragement and support that you've given us throughout the years. And I would also like to take this time to thank Mr. Perkins for all the things that he has done for us throughout this year. If Mr. Perkins could come up here and accept a gift of our appreciation right now.
On behalf of the class of 2004 and the yearbook staff, I'd like to present the 2004 yearbook dedication. All the members of our class voted to dedicate the yearbook in the memory of Almudena. Almudena was our classmate and our friend until her untimely death in the 8th grade. Today, we would like to present a copy of this year's yearbook to her parents and her brother. I would like to now introduce Ms. Sue Maynard, who will present this year's Landry Award.
Though this year's recipient did not grow up in Winooski, he has been a driving force behind a very successful program. When the youth football program was in need of some help, he came forward and was relentless in his efforts to raise money in order to buy equipment for the teams. In addition to raising money, he has also served as a coach and a mentor to our young people. He has spent many years working tirelessly to ensure that the Winooski would have a successful and competitive league. We are very fortunate to have him in Winooski, and it is with great pleasure that I give this year's Robert Landry Award to Mark Young.
Incredible. I do what I do because I love working with kids, and I'll cherish this forever. Thank you.
Well, Mark. Everybody needs a dream, a place to call their own. As the hour draws near, I will say to you, not goodbye, farewell. Let us say adieu. And the words don't come easy when you say goodbye. No one said it was easy when it's time to fly, to fly. One more bridge to cross, one more road to wander. Everybody needs a dream till we meet again. One more bridge to cross, one more road to wander. Everybody needs a dream. One more bridge to
Good afternoon. Welcome to Winooski. This is a great afternoon, a great weekend to celebrate extended family relationships. Many of you that are here with your graduates today, I saw several years ago, perhaps when you were students here. And I'm going to vary just a few moments from the program, but you'll forgive me in just a moment. I know you will. I'm proud to be here. This has been a real exciting year for me as a principal here at Winooski High School. We had a little slogan that we developed earlier this year, and it's become a catchword. We're going to be the best small school in Vermont, and we're going to do that. We've always been good, but now we're going to become best. That's our goal. The second part is that when you've been at a school for a while, you start to feel connected to the community that you're with, and many of you are part of my extended families. I have two families, a rather large one over in Williston and one here at Winooski. Yesterday morning at 3 o'clock, our first grandchild, Joshua Alexander, was born. So this is a very special weekend for all of us. Thank you. This time I'd like to introduce this year's salutatorian, Joylee Flayhive.
We made it. That probably just about sums up everything going through our minds right now. Well, that and I can't wait to get out of here. No offense, but this school is starting to really feel confining after 4 years. We're finally going off on our own, finally getting to prove just what we're worth. I didn't quite know what to say when it came time to write this speech. Having heard every graduation speech for the past 4 years, you would think I would know what to say. But I wanted to do something other than just thank parents and teachers and friends and everyone else in the universe. So I'll speak to the parents instead. You've raised us, your children, for the last 18 years or so. And when you first started, you looked forward to certain things, teaching us to walk, talk, ride bikes. You pictured yourselves watching us win state championships, perform on stage, and build friendships. The biggest accomplishment of our young lives would be this: our high school graduation. Looking forward from 18 years ago, you imagined how good it would be. You'd be so proud and take lots of pictures and embarrass us by telling everyone, "See, that's my little baby. See that one right there." Time passed, and we learned all those skills you looked forward to teaching us. And things changed. How you felt changed. You'd still be proud and happy at our graduation, but we'd be leaving. You'd be losing us to life and change. While sometimes we did dumb things and you couldn't wait to kick us out the door, you'd still miss us when we left. You think of all the silly things you probably did when you were our age and the consequences that followed. You also remember all the silly things we've already done, even though you were there for us most, if not all of the time. You want to protect us from all that and more. You don't ever want anything to happen to us. But despite all this, you still let us go. You know that parents can't and shouldn't live their children's lives for them. We have to experience things for ourselves. And so, here we are. We, your sons and daughters, stand before you, ready to move on. Some of us to jobs, some to college, some to the Army, the Navy, the Marines. Time for us to bid the school adieu. But goodbye doesn't have to be forever. We don't have to go through life alone and totally without your support. We'll come back to visit, don't you worry. We'll give you plenty of chances for you to get sick of us all over again. So please, don't worry about us too much. You've all had 18 years to teach us, speaking to parents, teachers, and community members alike. We've learned quite a bit, even if we don't always show it. After all, we were taught by the best.
At this time, we'd like to introduce this year's valedictorian, Quay Nguyen.
What do you say to the people you've known since 4th grade? I could quote Emerson or Thoreau or some other famous person, but I won't, because I know that in the end, none of it will mean much. As I stand here today, I can honestly say that I will miss the bustling in the hallways between classes, the jokes at the lunch table, the sounds from the band room, the competition days. Most of all, I will miss my friends. These are the people who stood by me through the good, the bad, and the worse. They were there at concerts, at games, at movies, and dinners. They were always a source of comfort and support. When our close friend Almadina died, we learned to pull together and support each other. Now that we're going our separate ways, I hope they will keep in touch no matter what life throws at us. To the teachers, I say thanks for being there, for not giving up on us, for challenging us. I hope that you've had as much fun as we did. I hope that most of us have grown and matured from the shy little freshman you saw 4 years ago. As we walk into the next chapter in our lives, I hope that you are proud of us. To the parents, thanks for being firm, thanks for being our role models, thanks for supporting us at the soccer games, the concerts, the plays. I hope that 20 years from now, you will still be there to support us. To my fellow classmates, I wish you luck. I hope that whatever road you take in life, you will be successful. And I hope you will look back on Winooski with fond memories. During the last 4 years, I've learned the value of friendship and the value of education and community involvement. I feel that Winooski has prepared me for whatever challenges life will throw at me. I am proud to be a graduate of Winooski High School. Thank you.
Good afternoon and welcome. When most of the people here hear the name Taylor Coppenrath, the words skilled, talented, and gifted come to mind. When we, the class of 2004, decided on Taylor as our guest speaker, words like role model and leader came to our minds. For those of you who don't know, Taylor Coppenrath is a star player of the UVM men's basketball team and led his team to the NCAA basketball tournament for the second consecutive year. Along with this, his personal accomplishments for the year are the 2004 America East Player of the Year. He made the All-America East First Team, America East All-Championship Team, NABC All-District 1 First Team, USBWA All-District 1 First Team, and was awarded the Reggie Lewis Award. It is my honor to present to you Taylor Coppenrath.
Thank you for inviting me to speak with you at today's graduation ceremony for Winooski High School. Good afternoon to the superintendent, the principal, school board members, faculty, invited guests, family, friends, and lastly, the Winooski High School class of 2004. First, I would like to address the parents of today's graduating seniors. I know how proud my parents were when I graduated from St. Johnsbury Academy only 4 years ago. And I know that all of the parents here today are very proud of the accomplishments of these young men and women. That's right, you are no longer boys and girls, you are now young men and young women. Secondly, to the dads of the graduates and all the dads here today, happy Father's Day. I have a few things that I want to share with you that I have found important to me in my life. In reading the various newspaper accounts of graduations, I have noticed that most of the speakers are between the age of 55 and 65 years old, and most of their speeches average about 30 to 45 minutes long. But because I am only 22 years old and have lived only 1/3 as long as most of the graduation speakers, I will shorten my speech accordingly and to approximately 1/3 of the time I will also incorporate a few quotes that I find interesting or humorous. This first quote is from Anthony Lake, who was a national security advisor to the president, who was speaking at the University of Massachusetts graduation in 1995. I will try to follow the advice that a university president once gave a prospective commencement speaker. Think of yourself as the body at an Irish wake, he said. They need you in order to have the party, but no one expects you to say very much. The major points on which I will speak briefly are significant to me and I hope will be useful to you. I will use analogies to basketball occasionally because, as you know, basketball is very important to me, and I'm pretty sure that is one of the reasons I was asked to speak today. I believe it is important not to be afraid of making a mistake. It is okay to take some risks in life, and I do not mean huge risks like selling your car and buying lottery tickets hoping to win $1 million, or jumping into Huntington Gorge on a dare. I mean moderate risks, like doing something that is not easy or comfortable, maybe like public speaking. Or like asking a person you like out on a date, joining a club or a team, or if you're on a basketball team, not being afraid to take the game-ending shot, only if you're open, of course. Cynthia Hemmel, a writer, said, "When in doubt, make a fool of yourself. There's a microscopically thin line between being brilliantly creative and acting like the most gigantic idiot on the earth. So what the heck, leap." Keep moving forward and don't worry about mistakes. Will Rogers said, "Even if you are on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there." It is important to keep an open mind about everything you can learn. You can learn things from the most unusual places. Your learning will certainly not stop after today. I know a lot about basketball, but my first year at UVM, sitting on the bench, I just watched. This reminds me of a quote my dad used to say often to the players on the bench when he coached AAU. He would use one of Yogi Berra's quotes, "You can observe a lot by watching." Yogi Berra was a great baseball mind, but he was not very good at math. He also was famous for 90% of the game is half mental. And actually, he might be right. Some more advice to you is to be able to adapt to different situations. It is not an easy task, and it takes people a long time to do so. However, if you can feel comfortable in any situation, then there is nothing you can't do. Along with that, I would say to become well-rounded and try new things. You have 2 full years of college to find out what you want to do with your life, and I'm sure that most of the parents and faculty did not know what they wanted to do even after college. If you are deciding not to go to continue education, I give this advice: don't go yet, because you probably will not do so well. I know when I don't really want to do something, I seem to put less hard work or time into it. You should still try to go at least once in your life to college. Some people actually are crazy enough to do more. It is also important to develop self-discipline. Hard work and self-discipline helped me become a better basketball player. Many people do not know that all of the UVM basketball players work year-round on becoming stronger, quicker, and smarter. During the off-season, which is March until October, we get up early every morning and lift weights 3 days a week, and on alternate days we run as a team. But every player has developed self-discipline to continue this routine. In addition, we watch our diet and attempt to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Mark Twain once said, "Always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest." It is important to respect yourself and others. This is a lot easier said than done, but by working hard, you will gain self-respect and the respect of others. Respect for your family, your friends, your teachers, teammates, even your opponents. Yes, one of the major weaknesses most people exhibit is when they underestimate an opponent. From my own experience, I respect my coaches and try to do whatever they think is important to win the game. I respect my fellow teammates, as I know they are working just as hard as I am. I respect their best abilities, but I also respect my opponents for two reasons. One is that if I respect their best abilities, I will play harder than if I don't respect them. But more importantly, I respect them because they are human beings who love basketball like I do, and we are both playing the game we love. William Faulkner said, "Don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself." I also quote my AAU coach about hard work. He said, "There is a tie between a player who is really talented and a player who works hard but may not be as talented. The coaches will take the player that will work hard." So I figured if coaches look at that, then probably most people in life look for that quality. So no matter what you do or where you go, always work hard and don't give up without a fight. It is also important to keep your priorities in order. My priorities are my family, education, my UVM team, and improving my basketball skills. I chose to focus on these priorities and give up many other activities as a result. Success seems to be important in my mind and the mind of everyone in society, so I will quote two posters about success that I have in my room. First, success. It is not the position you stand, but the direction in which you look. The other one, success. Start with a dream, then start working. Understand first, then be understood. Create your own opportunities. Courage, character, caring, communication. Embrace challenges. Expect no less than your best. Simplify and maintain focus. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. And as you grow older, you will begin to appreciate things that your parents, teachers, and friends did. At the time they did it, you may think to yourself, that was strange, but then find yourself in the same situations years later and realize why they did what they did. And why did I give them such a hard time when now I am doing the same thing? As I close, I wanted to share with you who my graduation speaker was back in high school. It was Bill Lee, a former Boston Red Sox pitcher. Now I'm sure that many of your parents are familiar with him, but for those of you who are not, I will just say he tends to be a little off the wall. Some of his remarks left us scratching our heads, while others seemed to offend people in the crowd. So as I wrap this speech up, I hope that I did not offend anyone or put anyone to sleep. As I was writing this speech, I thought of some very good stories, but I didn't feel as though embarrassing myself or my coach would be a good thing since I do have one more year left. So, you can either take my advice or you will not. But still, I say to all of you, good luck in the future and congratulations to everyone here today. Thank you.
It is also my pleasure to give Mr. Taylor Koppenrath a gift from our class of 2004.
At this time, we'll begin our section of the program where we do the scholarships and awards. Before awarding the graduation scholarships and awards, it is appropriate for us to recognize members of the class of 2004 who have been honored with financial awards this spring in other settings. Please recognize these students as their names are read. Recipients of the Winooski Boosters Club Scholarship, Anthony Moore and Bobby Robert. Recipient of a Vermont Basketball Coaches Association Scholarship, Bobby Robert. Recipient of the Kiwanis Community Service Award, John McCabe. Recipient of a staff award from the Center for Technology Education in Essex Junction, Megan Seguin. Recipient of the Lintillac Career Challenge Scholarship, Robin Spittle. Recipient of the Champlain College Success Scholarship, Amber Bayer. Recipient of the Veterans of Foreign War Scholarship, John Ryan Post, number 1767, Joy Lee Flayhive. Recipients of the Mount Mansfield Masonic Lodge number 26 Scholarship, Tan Pham and Bobby Robert. Recipients of the St. Michael's College Green Mountain Scholarship, Kay Nguyen and Kate O'Brien. Recipient of a Vermont Scholars Scholarship at the University of Vermont, Joy Lee Flayhive. At this time, we'll follow along in the program. VFW Community Service Award. The VFW Community Service Award is presented to two graduates in recognition of outstanding community service. The 2004 recipients of the VFW Community Service Award are Kevin Gray and Jennifer Perizzo. Samuel Samuelson's Memorial Award. The Samuel Samuelson's Memorial Award is presented to the student who has shown the greatest desire for learning during the 4 years of high school. The recipient of the Samuel Samuelson's Memorial Award for 2004 is Quay Nguyen. Jeffrey W. Savoy Memorial Scholarship. The Jeffrey W. Savoy Memorial Scholarship is presented by Freedom Partners to a student with financial need who is continuing his or her education. The 2004 recipient of the Jeffrey W. Savoy Memorial Scholarship is Robin Spittle. Class of 2003 Scholarship. The Class of 2003 Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a senior who has demonstrated dedication to his or her class and exhibited genuine care and respect for Winooski High School. The 2004 recipient of the Class of 2003 Scholarship is Jennifer Perizzo. Winooski Eagle Scholarship. The Winooski Eagle Scholarship is presented by an anonymous donor to a deserving student continuing his or her education. The 2004 recipient of the Winooski Eagle Scholarship is Samir Amurovich. Winooski Knights of Columbus Scholarship. The Winooski Knights of Columbus Scholarship is presented by St. Stephen's Council to up to 2 students who have demonstrated a commitment to community service and who are planning to attend a Roman Catholic college or university. The 2004 recipient of the Winooski Knights of Columbus Scholarship is Kate O'Brien. $30 for scholars is presented to a student who volunteers dependably and well organized in the school and/or within the community. The 2004 recipient of the service scholarship is Elizabeth Hall. Board of Directors Award. These awards, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, are presented to 2 graduates who have shown the most improvement during their 4 years of high school. The 2004 recipients of the Board of School Directors Award are Kevin Gray and Elizabeth Hall. Student Council Scholarship. The Student Council Scholarship, co-sponsored by the Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a student who has made notable contributions to bettering Winooski High School, who has served his or her community, who is active in school activities, and who handles responsibility willingly and efficiently. The 2004 recipient of the Student Council Scholarship is Kate O'Brien. Winooski Police Employees Association Scholarship. The Winooski Police Employees Association Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a student going on to college in the field of criminal justice or social service. The 2004 recipient of the Winooski Police Employees Association Scholarship are Daniel Desitel and Jennifer Perizzo. Community Theater Award. The Community Theater Award is presented to a student who has actively participated in school and community theatrical productions. The 2004 recipient of the Community Theater Award is Quay Nguyen. Ella Mae O'Brien Scholarship. The Ella Mae O'Brien Scholarship, given by Dr. and Mrs. Robert O'Brien in memory of Ella Mae O'Brien, is presented to a young woman who best exemplifies her qualities. The 2004 recipient of the Ella Mae O'Brien Scholarship is Kate O'Brien. John E. O'Brien Memorial Scholarship. The John E. O'Brien Memorial Scholarship, given by Dr. and Mrs. Robert O'Brien, is presented to a young man who best exemplifies the character of John E. O'Brien. The 2004 recipient of the John E. O'Brien Memorial Scholarship is Tan Pham. Woody and Susan Martell Scholarship. The Woody and Susan Martell Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a deserving student in financial need who has participated athletically, who has attained good grades, who has been a good student, and who is pursuing higher education. The 2004 recipient of the Woody and Susan Martell Scholarship is Samir Amerivich. Winooski Education Association Scholarship. The Winooski Education Association Scholarship is presented to an individual entering the field of education in recognition of exceptional contributions to school activities and all-around excellence in academics. The 2004 recipient of the Winooski Education Association Scholarship is Bobby Robert. Vermont Honor Scholarship. The Vermont Honor Scholarship, initiated by the Vermont Legislature, is presented to a student with outstanding academic achievement going on to college. The 2004 recipient of the Vermont Honor Scholarship for Winooski High School is Quay Nguyen. Leadership Scholarship. The Leadership Scholarship, sponsored by the Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a student who has demonstrated outstanding leadership qualities and exemplifies positive attitudes. The 2004 recipient of a Leadership Scholarship is Kate O'Brien. DAR Good Citizens Award. The DAR Good Citizens Award is given to a student who has the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism. The 2004 recipient of the DAR Award is Robin Spittle. Mayor and City Council Scholarship. The Mayor and City Council Dollars for Scholars is presented to two students who have shown the most improvement over the 4 years of high school. The 2004 recipients of the Mayor and City Council scholarships are John McCabe and Robin Spittle. Academic scholarships. The academic scholarships sponsored by Dollars for Scholars are presented to two students who excel academically. The 2004 recipients of the academic scholarships are Hugh Duong and Bobby Robert. Challenge Scholarship. The Challenge Scholarship, sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented to a well-rounded, highly motivated student in the top 25% of the graduating class who has overcome obstacles in achieving his or her success. The 2004 recipient of the Challenge Scholarship is Tan Pham. PTO Scholarship. The PTO Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented to students who are pursuing a degree in education and who have displayed community involvement through school or work experience. The 2004 recipient of the PTO Scholarship is Jennifer Perizzo. Moose Lodge Scholarship. The Moose Lodge Scholarship, sponsored by the Loyal Order of Moose, Burlington Lodge 1618, is intended to reward and encourage activities that have a significant impact in meeting needs in the local community. The scholarship is awarded to a student who has demonstrated a sustained commitment of at least 100 hours of service. The 2004 recipient of the Moose Lodge Scholarship is Quay Nguyen. Regular Veterans Association Scholarship. The Regular Veterans Association Scholarship, based on need, are presented to a young man and a young woman who are continuing their education at the collegiate or vocational level. The 2004 recipients of the Regular Veterans Association Scholarship are Hugh Duong and Joy Lee Flayhot. David Fritz Lister Scholarship. The David Fritz Lister Scholarship, co-sponsored by Friends and Athletes of Mr. Lister and by Dollars for Scholars, is awarded to a male or female based on need, citizenship, and academic excellence, and athletic participation. The 2004 recipient of the David Fritz Lister Scholarship is Tan Pham. Friends of Winooski High School Scholarship. The Friends of Winooski High School Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is given to two students who have shown an overall commitment to and involvement with the high school in multiple and varying ways. The 2004 recipients of the Friends of Winooski High School Scholarship are Elizabeth Hall and Kate O'Brien. McGregor Pharmacy Scholarship. The McGregor Pharmacy Scholarship is given to two serious students who have been good school and community citizens and who plan to enter the field of medicine or one of the sciences. The 2004 recipients of the McGregor Pharmacy Scholarship are Quay Nguyen and Bobby Robert. Rod Stone Memorial Scholarship. The Rod Stone Memorial Scholarship, co-sponsored by Dollars for Scholars, is presented in memory of Roderick L. Stone to hardworking individuals blessed with an inquisitive nature, a love of life, and a commitment to excellence in others. The 2004 recipients of the Rod Stone Memorial Scholarships are Joy Lee Flahive and John McCabe. Carol L. Kessler, RN Memorial Award. The Carol N. Kessler RN Memorial Award is presented to a student or students who are in the upper 25% of the senior class and who have demonstrated a love of life, acted as role models or mentors to peers, and who preferably are intending to continue their education at any accredited post-secondary institution to pursue a career in healthcare or a related field. The 2004 recipient of the Carol L. Kessler RN Memorial Award is Quay Nguyen. Jerry Krasnow Memorial Award, given by the Krasnow family in memory of Gerald Krasnow, teacher and guidance counselor at Winooski High School from 1973 to 1998. The Jerry Krasnow Memorial Award is given this year to 3 graduates who plan to continue their education, who have shown commitment to community service, and who have demonstrated an ability to overcome personal challenges with an upbeat, optimistic attitude and/or sense of humor about life in general. The 2004 recipients of the Jerry Krasnow Memorial Award are Admir Hodzik, Jennifer Perizot, and Tan Pham. This concludes the presentation of scholarships and awards. Next, we move on to the part that everyone's been waiting for, the reading of the name and the presentations of the diplomas. At this time, I'd like to call Dr. James Ticehurst, who is president of our school board of trustees, and Mr. Ned Caron, who's the superintendent of schools, to come forward and help with this joyous occasion. Now, we've got this specially designed so that people who want to take pictures have got a nice wide angle to come there. So after you've taken your picture of your graduate, if you could just step aside and let the next folks behind you get a shot, that would be really appreciated. Thank you. Amber Jean Bear. Nicole M. Barton. Jessica Lynn Bean. Danny Boucher. Tasha L. Boucher. Victoria Carpenter. Daniel J. Desitels. Hugh Trong Duong. Monique Lynn Forgione. Jeremy J. Frago. Kevin Joseph Gray. Elizabeth A. Hall. Admir Hodges. Jenna Marie Hunt. Crystal Lamphere. Andrew Isaac Marchessault. John Francis McCabe IV. Ashley N. McLean. Megan Elizabeth Meehan. Jennifer Lynn Mativier. Anthony Moore. Kate Elaine O'Brien. Samir Omerovich. Jennifer Lynn Parizot. Tan Pham. Sean Rabidou. Barbara Jean Robert. Megan Marie Seguin. Robin Carmen Spittle. Jessica Dawn Walters. Jasmine Lynn Wilson. Joylee C. Flayhive. Quay M. Nguyen. On behalf of the state of Vermont, the Board of Trustees, the staff and faculty at Winooski High School, I now present the class of 2004.